Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back. And if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. So I finally got my hands on the coveted floral vinyl pack from Flynn Sisters Supply Shop, and it is stunning. I could not wait to hurry up and get it onto a tumbler. So the first decision was picking out of the 5 different prints which one I wanted to use, but I love the denim look at the back of this one. It is so bright and vibrant. So I jumped right in and decided to start off with a 24-ounce plump from the Tipsy Magnolia, which I sanded and prepped. And now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out how I want the vinyl to work. I'm going to do a 50-50 split on this one. So I'm just going to have the vinyl on one side, and then I'm going to do a glitter ombre on the other side. So I'm just trimming it up exactly to the dimensions that I need to fit. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the hinge method to apply this to the tumbler using one of my large squeegees. So next I needed to pick glitter colors that were going to be extremely bright and vibrant, and I wanted like a peachy orange color, and I didn't have that, so I decided to mix High Drama from Peachy Olive Glitters with Sherbet 2.0 from Rae Creations, and it made the perfect like mini chunky blend. And then for the bottom I wanted to go with purple, and I grabbed Witchy Woman that I got from Rae Creations, and that one is a shift, and the colors just worked perfectly together. I wanted it extremely vibrant and extremely bright. So I'm going to take some painter's tape here, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up all of this vinyl because I don't want to take a chance on getting any spray paint on it. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and just trim it so that I'll get a nice clean cut on there, and then make sure that the spray paint goes everywhere that I need it to go. I'm going to ombre the spray paint with purple on the bottom, and then I'm doing this like peachy orange color that I got from Color Shot Spray Paints called Summer Pedicure, and that's going to go on the top, and I'll ombre those two spray paint colors together. For my ombre, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Witchy Woman, and I just put full coverage at the bottom of the tumbler, and then I tipped it down so that it would sprinkle into more of the pinky orange section, but I didn't want to get full coverage yet. I want to get a good ombre blend, so now I'm taking my custom glitter color here, starting at the top rim, and now I'm tipping it down and just very carefully applying it so that it kind of falls into the purple section a little bit, but I don't want to get full coverage. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat of this, starting again with the purple Witchy Woman. And now I'm going to go a little bit heavier with how I'm letting it fall. I want to make sure that I get full coverage here. And then I'll go ahead and do the exact same thing with the top portion of it. And then I will take some parchment paper and kind of pat it all down because this is all a chunky blend, and I want to make it easier for me when I get to the epoxy portion. use the epoxy method to apply the ombre, so I let that dry for 4 hours, and now I'm going in with a coat of my glitter glue, making sure that it is all sealed. I'm gonna let this sit for about 3.5 to 4 hours, make sure it's completely dry, and then I'm gonna go in with my first couple coats of epoxy. I'm going to start by going in with 20 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I do like to put the epoxy onto any of the vinyl work that I do first because I want to try to make it so that the glitter does not fall into or get onto as much of the vinyl as possible. So I like to take my time and get it all on there, and then now I'll go ahead and get the epoxy fully covered onto all of the glitter. And I did notice that none of it was coming off on my gloves, so I knew it was safe for me to go in and get that all wiped down together. And I'm going to let this spin for 2.5 hours, and then I'm going to go immediately in with another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy and let that dry for 4 hours, and then we'll get to the next step. So I decided to put a couple of lines of my champagne gold vinyl on the sides. I'm going to go ahead and cover the line in between the vinyl and the glitter first, just finishing it off. And then, because I always like to do a little bit extra, I did add another line right next to that in the exact same size. Not touching the other line of the vinyl, but giving a little space in between so that you can see a little bit of the vinyl in there. And it just gave it like a really just like nice cut image there, and I really liked that. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on this side as well. When I got the Floral pack, it not only came with vinyls, but it also came with a decal sheet, and this was the matching decal that went with this vinyl set that I'm using. So it has white wording in there, so it is meant to be put on a dark background. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have a super vibrant and bright glitter underneath. And I used the hinge method to go ahead and apply this decal right in the center. It just matched everything so perfectly. And because it's been a really long time since I've done it, I decided to put some leopard spots on here. I just cut out, I got it off of Etsy, and I'll link it in the description. It's the fuzzy leopard print. And I'm going to go ahead and just clean this or pull this all off with my little Cricut pick there and get it so that I can just move it over. I don't like to use transfer tape or anything like that when I'm applying spots. I like to apply the spots just individually. And I'm just going to go ahead and start playing around with putting it in some different spots and just kind of see how it works out for me. I like how it's placed on the glitter side of it. Now I'm going to put a couple spots on the vinyl, just in some of these empty spaces where it's got the denim look, just to add a little bit to it. I don't want to put it on any of the leaves or the flowers, but just in these couple of little gaps that I've got here, I'm going to put it. And then I'm going to go and get another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy on here. And then let that spin for 4 hours. I did have one spot decide to try to peel up on me when I was putting the epoxy on. So I did go in and pull the one spot off, which made no big deal. And then once that was done, I'm going to go ahead and sand it with my 220 grit sand block, not wanting to get too deep on the sanding because of the textured vinyl. I don't want to take a chance on scratching it up, but I want to make sure that I have it smooth and no bumps on it anywhere. And then I'm going to go in with another 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure resin, let that spin for 8 to 10 hours, and then it will be all done. And there's where I pulled it off, and I just kept rolling with it and epoxying it, and it turned out just fine. And here is what the final product looked like. I love these glitter colors with this vinyl and the leopard spots. It all came together so beautifully. I did do a glitter butt on this one, which I did not videotape, but I've showed it in so many of my other videos. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button. See you next week. Bye-bye.